Every year, almost half of Wellesley College juniors spend a semester or full year abroad. Our goal in the Office of International Study is to help you identify programs that are right for you and to help you navigate through the application process and beyond. We hope this presentation will get you started in the right direction, and we look forward to following up with you in person as you find your way. Every year, more than 25% of Wellesley College students travel abroad for academic credit, internships, research, community service, or personal enrichment. Almost half of the junior class studies abroad for a semester or academic year in approximately 60 countries and in every world region. Motivation for study abroad is as diverse as our student population. Many students study abroad to perfect a foreign language, or to conduct field research, or to gain a new perspective on their major. Others seek the opportunity to study in a major research university, live in an urban setting, or to experience life in a developing country. Whatever your goals, the Office of International Study wants to work with you to identify the most appropriate host university or study abroad program for an experience that will challenge you and provide you with the opportunity to grow as a global citizen. At Wellesley, students may spend time abroad in any number of ways. Wellesley students may earn credit toward their degree in summer study programs, winter session trips, or through study at another college or university in the U.S. Some students will take a semester off from Wellesley to pursue internships or community service project, or may study away for enrichment rather than for academic credit. This info session focuses on the traditional junior year abroad program, which is neither necessarily a year in duration nor limited to juniors. Wellesley offers opportunities for students in every discipline, in every world region, and with diverse goals and a range of prior travel experience or language preparation. In English language destinations, our students most frequently choose to directly enroll in an overseas college or university as a visiting or affiliate student, taking the same courses as the local degree students. Students who are studying in a foreign language destination most frequently select programs designed for American or international students, which may or may not be affiliated with a foreign university. Theme-based programs in fields such as economic development, gender studies, and sustainability, for example, are typically designed for students from selective U.S. colleges and universities and are often a good fit for Wellesley students. Just for fun, here are the top countries for Wellesley students over the past 5 years. We challenge you to identify at least one possible program that is not in one of these countries. With so many options, the most difficult part of studying abroad is deciding where to go. This process can be overwhelming, but it helps to start by thinking about what your major is likely to be, and then identify some programs that work well with the major. But it is possible to decide that you want your time abroad to be about some other academic or personal interest, and that's okay so long as you plan appropriately. You'll want to think about things like whether or not you want to live with a host family, whether or not you want your experience to be in a rural or urban setting, whether you want to be able to work independently or have opportunities to volunteer in the local community. While most students study abroad during the junior year, it is possible to study abroad as a second semester sophomore or first semester senior. In order to be eligible to apply to study abroad, students must have a declared major, be in good academic standing, and have a plan that will enable them to complete all degree requirements in a way that will not delay graduation. Wellesley does not require that students have a certain GPA, but most study abroad programs consider a student's GPA as part of the application process, with minimum GPA requirements ranging from 2.5 to 3.7, depending on the program. To complement language instruction on campus, students are encouraged to select programs in countries where English is not commonly spoken. For study abroad programs taught in a language other than English, students are expected to complete a minimum of 4 semesters of the target language at Wellesley, or the equivalent of 202, prior to study abroad and are expected to continue with the language study for the duration of their studies abroad. For study abroad in a country whose predominant language is not English, but in a program where instruction is done in English, students are strongly encouraged to demonstrate proficiency in the local language equivalent to 2 semesters of study at the elementary level prior to study abroad and/or to enroll in a course in the local language while on site. Some programs and academic departments require a higher level of proficiency, and students should plan accordingly. Some things you should keep in mind as you begin your research. First, if your goal is to learn or master a foreign language, you should really select a program that requires the use of the target language all of the time. Avoid programs with courses taught in English. Most of our students think it would be unrealistic to take math or economics courses, for instance, in a foreign language, but it's really amazing how quickly you can learn a language if you are living in it 24/7. And, of course, students who can stay abroad for a full year really make more than double the progress of those who are only able to fit in a semester. If you would like to concentrate on your major, look for thematic programs that focus on your area of specialization or at universities that have a broad curriculum in your major area. You should also talk to faculty in your department at Wellesley to see if they have any connections abroad or recommendations for programs or foreign universities well suited to your academic interests. Think about how the study abroad program fits with your overall degree program. Remember, you are trying to put together the best 4-year liberal arts degree you can, so study abroad is not intended to be time off from academic learning, and it should not appear that way on your record. You'll want to think about what distribution requirements might be more easily fulfilled abroad and which should be done on campus. Typically, the lab science distribution is difficult to meet abroad, but humanities and social science distribution courses are often easier to find. When thinking about when to study abroad, think first about the full year. Being away for a year allows you to take full advantage of the experience in terms of linguistic, cultural, and academic adjustment and offerings. If a full year isn't realistic or doesn't appeal to you, look next at the fall semester. In most cases, if you go abroad in the fall, you'll start the school year when the locals start. Planning for internships, recruiting, and graduate school tests are typically easier to manage if you are on campus during the spring. You'll have more time to get ready for your experience, as many spring semester programs start right at the beginning of January. And if you decide you'd like to stay for the full year after arriving on site, you'll have that option. Please note that most direct enroll programs in London and Oxford are only available to Wellesley students during the fall semester or for the full year. So how does one find out about the various programs available? You've probably already found the Office of International Study website, which is the best place to start. All of the approved programs are listed and linked there, along with student evaluations, and there is information on policies and procedures related to study abroad. You are also strongly encouraged to take advantage of the annual Study Abroad Fair on September 10, 2019. More than 100 pre-approved programs will be represented at the General Fair to take place from 12 to 3 p.m. at Tishman Commons. Programs well suited to science majors will also be at the Study Abroad Fair for science majors from 4 to 5 p.m., location to be confirmed. In addition, the OAS sponsors panels and info sessions on various programs throughout the fall semester. Information about these events is posted on the OAS Facebook page. Office of International Study staff are happy to meet with you during drop-in hours or advise you by email, Skype, or phone. Finally, our team of Study Abroad ambassadors can be contacted at any time if you'd like to hear about the study abroad experience from a fellow student. Their contact information is on the OAS website, and they can also be reached via our Study Abroad discussion group on Facebook. Our website also contains a list of all students who have studied abroad from 2004 onwards, their majors, and their contact information. Also on our website is our Study Abroad resources folder. containing program-specific information pages and insights from former study abroad students. You are encouraged to first consider the Wellesley-sponsored programs. These are typically mixed model programs in a foreign language destination with immersion into the local culture but support services to make that immersion less daunting. For students seeking more independence, Wellesley maintains exchange programs whereby Wellesley students essentially swap spots with counterparts at one of our partner universities abroad. About a third of Wellesley students who study abroad will select one of the Wellesley-sponsored programs. Most of the remaining students will select from one of the college's approximately 180 pre-approved programs, and a handful of students each year will be given permission by the International Study Committee to enroll in programs that are not already approved. Following this slide is a brief overview of programs that are administered or sponsored by Wellesley. These programs span a wide range of disciplines and world regions and include mixed model, direct enroll, and exchange programs. Wellesley's flagship program is Wellesley INEX, a French language immersion program in the south of France. This program is suitable for students in the humanities and social sciences, as well as biology and neuroscience. Students take courses at Aix-Marseille University or the Political Science Institute in Aix-en-Provence, and typically live with host families. The program includes a week-long pre-session in Paris and multiple excursions in Provence and elsewhere in France. Students interested in going to Aix in the fall can also apply for a month-long language preparation course that will take place in Bordeaux in August. Wellesley has partnered with Smith College to offer a Spanish language immersion program in Córdoba, Spain, and with Vassar and Wesleyan to offer an Italian immersion program in Bologna, Italy. Students choose from a wide range of program courses taught by local faculty and can also take courses alongside host country peers at the local university. Both programs offer excursions, cultural activities, and a full range of support services on site. Wellesley in Chile, administered by Middlebury College, is our program for students seeking an intensive Spanish language immersion experience, suitable for students from any major. Students take courses at either the Catholic University of Chile in Santiago or the Catholic University of Valparaiso and are required to commit to a language pledge. This program offers internship and volunteer opportunities as well as lab sciences and directed research options. Wellesley's featured option for STEM students is our Wellesley in Bremen program at Jacobs University in Bremen, Germany. This fall semester English language program offers a full range of science options with directed research opportunities and a pre-health track for students who wish to gain exposure to European healthcare issues and also fulfill pre-health and major requirements. Students with a background in German are able to take part in a clinical internship. In fall 2016, Wellesley College and the Graduate Institute of International and Development Studies in Geneva established a program for Wellesley students to earn both a BA from Wellesley and an MA from the Graduate Institute in 5 years, rather than the normal 6 years. Students in this program spend the fall semester of their senior year in Geneva, then return for spring semester and graduation at Wellesley. Following graduation, they will return to Geneva for their 5th year. French is not a requirement for admission, but those students who are not proficient in French will be required to study the language when at the Institute in Geneva. The Geneva Institute has a long-standing reputation for its excellence in international affairs and development studies and is a great fit for most social science majors. Students who are seeking a more independent immersion experience should consider direct enrollment in one of the many Wellesley exchange programs. The exchanges are reciprocal, with students and sometimes faculty going to and coming from the partner university, enabling our students to develop long-term relationships with some of the local degree students and to serve as Wellesley ambassadors abroad. Wellesley's current exchange programs are in England, France, Iceland, China, Japan, Egypt, India, Hong Kong, South Korea, and Canada. Approximately two-thirds of students studying abroad choose to study away on a program that is not sponsored by or affiliated with Wellesley. The college offers approximately 180 pre-approved options, that is, programs that have been reviewed and approved for Wellesley credit. The full list of programs is available on the Study Abroad app in My Wellesley under the Administrivia tab. If none of the pre-approved programs are a good fit for you, it is possible to have a different program approved for you specifically. OIS staff can work with you on the petition process. Students who wish to spend the fall semester in one country and the spring semester in another need to petition as well. If you are interested in studying in a country with a current U.S. State Department travel advisory of level 3 or higher, you'll also need to petition the International Safety Committee. Almost all Wellesley students who study abroad are able to transfer a full load of courses for the semester or year back to Wellesley, that is, 4 units per semester. Wellesley does not typically award transfer credit for business, communication, law, or other non-liberal arts courses, though, so if you want to study in a field that is not available at Wellesley, you'll want to check whether or not you will come up short on credit after you study away. Internships that meet specific criteria can be eligible for academic credit. Contact OIS for details. If you intend to take the equivalent of 101 or 201 in a foreign language, and if the foreign language is offered at Wellesley, then you must continue with 102 or 202, respectively, before receiving credit for either course. Pre-health requirements normally need to be done in the U.S., and many science majors require labs to be taken on campus. Each academic department has guidelines on how many courses and what kind of credit can be earned abroad, usually found on the departmental website. Wellesley College has a homeschool tuition policy for study abroad. What this means is that all students who study abroad continue to pay regular Wellesley tuition to Wellesley for the semester or year abroad, and Wellesley, in turn, pays the partner university or study abroad program tuition. A select number of programs offer travel, transportation, or cultural stipends. Ask OIS for more information. Students who enroll in a Wellesley-administered program typically pay the Wellesley Comprehensive Fee that covers costs including housing, meals, international flights, excursions, and personal expenses. Students who enroll in exchange programs or in programs sponsored by other colleges or universities pay the actual cost for room, board, and flights directly to the provider. Students who normally receive financial aid for their studies on campus continue to receive financial aid for the semester or year abroad and apply for aid in the same way that they would were they to be on campus. Once an aided student is accepted to a study abroad program, the college will recalculate the financial aid package based on the total cost of attendance of the selected program, including flight, housing, meals, local transportation, books, and personal expenses. Students will continue to contribute what they would be expected to contribute toward a semester on campus, and the financial aid package is adjusted to cover the balance. Students who don't normally receive financial aid have access to a subsidized student loan of up to $5,000 and can also apply for merit funding from study abroad programs, government agencies, and private organizations. Scholarship deadlines are usually well in advance of the semester or year abroad, so look into those options early. Wellesley students may apply to national scholarship programs such as Gilman, Freeman, and Boren. Most of the larger study abroad program providers offer merit and need-based scholarships as well as Pell Grant matches. There are a number of scholarship programs for minority students, STEM majors, and students studying in places other than Western Europe. The Fund for Education Abroad and Diversity Abroad are a great resource for learning about diversity scholarships. You can also view the scholarships spreadsheet on the OIS website. International study scholarships are treated like any other outside scholarship. They replace your student loan and, in many cases, your student contribution. All scholarships need to be reported to SFS by all students, regardless of whether or not you receive financial aid. All students who intend to study abroad for the fall and/or spring semester must be pre-approved for study abroad by the Wellesley Office of International Study and also gain admission to their selected study abroad program. Students planning on studying abroad during their junior year should begin planning during the summer before their sophomore year. Sophomores who plan to study abroad during their junior year need to declare a major and submit a proposal to study away, both available in My Wellesley, by December 1st at 4:30 p.m. Students who don't have a passport or have a passport that will expire before the end of their proposed study abroad term should apply for a new passport now. Many countries require students to have a passport that is valid 6 months beyond their anticipated return date from abroad. Students are responsible for submitting applications and supporting documents directly to the program sponsor or host university. Program applications for the fall are typically due in February and in September for the spring. However, some programs have earlier deadlines, and most review applications on a rolling basis. Once your proposal to study away has been reviewed and approved, you may be asked to meet with an advisor in the Office of International Study or invited to a small group meeting with other students applying to the same program. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss your program choice, the application process, and basic information about credit transfer, financial arrangements, and other information relevant to the application. All students must submit a pre-travel screening form to Health Services to begin the Health Services clearance process. Based on your destination and on your health history, Health Services will determine whether or not you need to make an appointment with the clinician to discuss issues related to your semester or year abroad. All students also need to be cleared by Student Financial Services. Students who normally receive financial aid are required to attend a group workshop or individual meeting with a financial aid advisor. Upon acceptance to the study abroad program, students submit a study away agreement to confirm their participation. Approval for study abroad is not final until confirmation paperwork is complete. All students must be cleared by May 1st for fall study abroad and December 1st for spring study abroad. Some items require substantial lead time, so please plan accordingly. Students interested in applying to the Oxford or Cambridge Direct Enroll programs must submit their Oxbridge application to the OIS in January of the academic year prior to studying abroad. Regardless of your program choice, it is recommended that you apply to one program at a time. Admissions decisions for most programs are usually available within 2 to 4 weeks, and most students are accepted to their first choice program. We look forward to meeting you soon during drop-in advising or at a panel or other event, and to working with you throughout the year to plan for a successful study abroad experience.